So I finally have enough phone storage to do my first update in a while, which is pretty exciting. So it has been very cold here. I mean, maybe not compared to the rest of the country, but it's been very cold by California standards here, and very windy this winter. So the lights are installed, and so is the heater. So that helps a lot. But I'll go ahead and start this greenhouse tour. Here's Nepenthes Jacquelineae, and this one has a lot of pictures on it. This one had a really good 2025 growing season, and it has a lot of momentum going into next one. I think it should stay looking pretty healthy. It's just, I'm not really sure what factors changed that made this plant a lot happier the last 2 years, but something did, and now it just pictures on almost every leaf, so that's pretty exciting. And here's my jam band. Has a nice basil picture here, and these are all basils now. I cut the mother vine a long time ago, and it's nice and bushy. This one should have a lot of pictures on it. It definitely likes light, so obviously these lights here supplying that, but it also really likes sunlight, diffuse light coming in from every direction. So that it'll really perk up and do even better during the spring and summer. Here's the Nepenthes enormous basil picture here, and this is actually not the mother vine anymore, but this is a picture off one of the main vines, and I think the mother vine is dead now. I cut it a while ago. It was just kind of losing momentum and just didn't really have a growth point anymore, so I just cut it and threw it away. And then here is Nepenthes tenuis, looking great, really settling in nicely to my greenhouse. Upper picture going to form there, so that'll be cool to have tenuis also picturing. And here is Raja Crosslowii, and this is one of the best pictures it's ever put out. The symmetry of the picture, the scalloping, the flare, the color. This is really a beautiful, beautiful picture. I do think the mother plant is starting to lose some momentum, and I think the basils are going to take over soon. So here are some basils, yeah, knowing Raja and how it grows, the basils will get big and produce even bigger pictures than this. So I guess I'm looking forward to that happening, but I also don't know, because the space is really kind of running low in here, kind of like my phone storage. So I'm having a similar problem with that in the greenhouse. Here's Ventricosa across Attenbury. A lot of basils on this one too. Killing off both of its nice pictures that it has, which is too bad, but it'll have plenty of more, and the pictures will get big, and this plant will continue to take up too much space, so I'm not too concerned about that. Trismatiensis has some pictures coming, and it has its first basil here too, which is cool. No, I'm not chopping it. I'm not getting rid of the first basil this thing gives me. I definitely want that to grow in, and nice rosette of lowers, while maybe having intermediates. I'm not sure if it's starting to transition to intermediates or not. I think these look like lowers still, but maybe they'll be a little bit more on the intermediate part of the spectrum. Maybe start getting slight color change towards the bottom of the picture or something, but we will see. This has been in the collection since May 2018. And then here's some new additions out to the greenhouse. This is Nepenthes meridensis. I think it's a hybrid with Mulloensis, actually. It's not for sure, but it looks like it. And then there's Nepenthes diatus across Macrophylla, which I put out in the greenhouse because I thought it would really appreciate the cooler temperatures, just like Mulloensis, than in the indoor setup. And then Nepenthes Ephibiata Gunningrhea is doing pretty well. New growth looks great. Picture looks pretty good. Very excited about this plant. Looks like it's really starting to hit its stride. Hopefully some size soon. And then there's Nepenthes Paluanensis with a giant basil. This is a beautiful Paluanensis. This will have a lot of color. This will have a lot of stripes. And that's a small picture. The last picture I put out was bigger, but that one is dying off. But we will see some stuff happening up with this one shortly. That big basil shoot coming up. And then Nepenthes argentii back here. I'm a little afraid to take things out, but this one is doing quite well still. And then Edward Sienna back here has a new pitcher coming. Plant's looking pretty happy. And then Velosa Crosslowii truncata. Unfortunately, I accidentally snipped off the newest tendril on the newest leaf. So after this next picture opens, we won't see anything for a while on it. But that's okay, because let's see. That's opening, and I will do an update on that soon. And then let's see, Rocketlii here. Another plant that did well, kind of like Jack Linnea in terms of difficulty. It has its ears, and sometimes it grows pretty easily, and sometimes it salts. I'm not always sure why. Granted, I've been keeping this one dry, not letting the leaves get wet, so that's been helping it, I think, a lot. Let's see. The JVGI Cross Mollis here. This one is starting to basil as well. And I'm excited to see what the uppers on this one look like. The tendril kind of wrapped around weirdly there. And another picture here. These get nice and dark, and they're really nice when they first open, and then the terrasome darkens to kind of a chocolate color. I'm out of Rob. Finally picturing. Still nothing like what it used to be, but you know, it's making progress. We're starting to get some lower basal pictures here, and then it did produce an upper, but it is dead now. And here's my Nepenthes Naga, Christian Klein, Bongzo Naga, whatever you want to call this thing. It flowered male, and I don't remember what I did with that pollen. I think I might have bred with it, but I don't remember off the top of my head. Here's a Glandulifera Fibiata back there. This thing is getting so tall, and I really think that it's just not the smaller growth now might have something to do with the fact that it's so tall and it's just struggling to pump water through that massive vascular system. So hopefully it gets like a basil or something soon, because this is getting crazy how tall it's getting with no other offshoots or basal shoots or anything. So, but still, you know, it's still a nice plant, but it's just the pictures are so much smaller these days. I'm afraid to do anything to it too, so don't tell me to cut it, because I'm not going to do that right now. Ventricosa, I'm going to have to cut this thing pretty soon, because it's just getting crazy. And Platykyla, pictures pretty regularly, but none active on it right now. I do think it needs water though. It looks like the pot's pretty dry, so I'm going to do that right after this video. Here's a Talented Vision. Nice basal growth on this one, and vining. This was a great upper picture on it, but it's just looking, it's a little past its prime now. Oh, this is not easy task these days. And I also missed some stuff on the paper. VGA killing off. It's easiest picture to show, but it's got a new producing a new one here. And this picture was big and really nice looking. I'm not going to move it because it is really difficult to move. I accidentally snapped a leaf on another plant trying to move it the other day. And there's Truncata Highland Reddish leaves. Hopefully this one starts putting on a little bit of size. I don't want to get too big because I don't have room for a giant Truncata, but it'd be nice if we just get something a little more advanced than what we've been seeing from it. VGA Edward Sienna, just an absolute bush now, with multiple growing points and a vine, and that's a VGA Edward Sienna picture here, and it should be putting out uppers pretty soon, and it has some basal pictures down on the table. Let's see, I actually really like these lower pictures, and yeah, so Rob Cantley across Paloensis has a picture growing down here in the crevice next to Raja Vigiae, but it's not really close to being open. And this picture has nothing really to show on it at the moment, or this plant has no pictures to show on it. I mean, here's Raja Jacquelineae. Nice little picture here. Not much to write home about really, but it is picturing in the winter, which is a really good sign. It usually does not do that, so it's putting out a new one, which I'm excited about. And let's see, let's go underneath the table for a little bit. Here's Nepenthes Attenboreae. This is my green clone that has no stripes, but just the lime green peristome. No pictures on it right now, except for on the basils. Don't ask me about these, please. Other than one person who gave me something really, really good to get one of them. I'm not planning on chopping anymore. Here's another Attenborough. This is a stripy, almost lowy-eye colored one. And the basil's doing really well. The mother plant is still showing effects from the spider mite damage, but that's fine. As long as the basil's doing well and it's putting out good looking pictures. There's some cuttings of Speciulata diabolica back there. And here's Palawanensis. Nothing, no pictures on it right now. Or might have some, I don't know. But it usually pictures when it's a little warmer. And let's see. This is what to show next. I guess here's a Trismatiensis picture that's dying off. Okay. Let's go to this side of the greenhouse. Epiphytica cross mollis. Stunning picture here. And it's got strong Epiphytica genes, and it's going to be producing upper picture soon, which is going to be amazing. And it's a nice vining plant now, and I really want to see the uppers on this. As we all know, Epiphytica is famous for those really cool looking uppers. So let's see, another Epiphytica mollis picture here, and then Peltata jacquelineae. Finally picturing again. It's doing pretty well. Let's see. Here's Ventricosa across the lowy eye. A lot of dying pictures on this one, but nice looking open one here. And this is lowy eye Veitchii berbigiae across lowy eye Gothica war peristome. And this one's really starting to take off. And it's been a very, very slow grower for the 4 years that I had it, but it is definitely starting to do things now. It's just funny because in this time that I've had this plant, I got it as like maybe like a 1.5 inch seedling. Other stuff have grown to maturity, while this thing is barely getting out of its seedling stage and just becoming a normal sized rosette plant. So, slow grower. Lowy eye Veitchii boschkiana, or actually lowy eye boschkiana Veitchii across Spatulata edwardsiana. Getting huge and producing a nice basil too. Things like over 2 feet across now. And Singolana Bellarang back here. This one thing needs a repot so freaking bad. It does flower pretty often, and I've bred some stuff to it, but yeah, I don't. Some of those didn't take, but maybe they did though, because I found something really interesting in my Nepenthes mollis pot. And excuse the state of this plant; it's not looking that great, but that's just because it's been getting hit with pests nonstop. No matter what I do to it, it for some reason just wants to stay pest-ridden. But here is a weed that's a Nepenthes seedling. I have no idea what it is, and I did not plant anything intentionally in this pot, so I have no idea what that could be, but we will find out, I guess, in another year or two. Let's see, Berbigia Veitchii here, 3677. OG plant from like actually almost exactly 8 years ago. I got this at the very end of December in 2017. And then here is a Veitchii from Carnivoro, Big Mama Cross Pink Candy Stripe. Here is Boschkiana Veitchii, also from Carnivoro. Spectacular. Truncata edwardsiana. Starting to vine, it looks like we're getting close to it. And then here's Enormous Cross Bongzo, leaf jumps. And this is from Burke. This is Ventsib Trismatiensis cross Veitchii Candy Dreams. Doing really well. Veitchii B here. Another Veitchii back there. And then here's Ramosipina. Got a long vine. And it looks spectacular. When you can actually get a good look at it. And Peltata. And yeah, so Spatulata jacquelineae. Some big lowers. Looking really good. Always does. I think I might have some rooted cuttings of this. I don't know, but I have to double check. double check before confirming that, but I sold one recently at the Big Caps meeting, and yeah, so I think I'm going to cut it here. It's definitely getting more and more tiring to do these tours in this cramped little greenhouse, and I guess I can show the Specialetta Diabolica before closing out. This one, rooted cuttings galore, so if you want one, hit me up about it, because this is one thing I'm definitely willing to part with as far as propagating it and getting rid of cuttings. So flowers male all the time, so if you're interested in that, let me know. And yeah, that'll be my December update.